Hi everybody, welcome back to the District. I'm Steve Lowry. It's been a few days. Get over it. Hey, Bruce Springsteen's in town to do a couple shows at the sports arena. Whenever Bruce Springsteen comes to town, it's time to read the flowery prose and to meet those guys on the street who want to tell you what Springsteen means, you know? These are the kind of guys who can't just say, yeah, I like Bruce Springsteen, and I like that Springsteen album, and Springsteen's music is pretty good. No. They're the kind of guys who are going to tell you that Springsteen sings with an open-shirted honesty. I actually read that. Someone actually wrote that. These are also the kind of guys, by the way, who do not refer to him as Springsteen. They refer to him as Bruce, you know, in kind of that scary, stalkerish familiarity that is kind of frightening. And is also the way, like, certain dudes will refer to their favorite teams as we. You know, the Lakers didn't lose. We lost. No, the Lakers lost because they don't pass the ball. You're 30 pounds overweight and get winded doing housework. Anyway, Springsteen's here. And, you know, Dave Wallinga, by the way, has a great name for these kinds of guys. He calls them Wendy's, you know. They're the kind of guys who they can't admit what they really feel about Springsteen. It's much easier for women. Women can just dig his music and admit, man, I'd like to get with that guy. I'd like to be all over that guy. The kind of guy, the Wendy's, they probably have very similar feelings, but they can't let it be known, you know what I mean? So they have to tie it in all this kind of, you know, talk about what he means and what Bruce is feeling and where Bruce is coming from. And really, they just want to have some snuggle time with Bruce. What's wrong with that? Hey, listen, I like Springsteen, okay? Atlantic City is one of my favorite songs of all time. I love a lot of Springsteen songs. In fact, I'm on a website right now where you can listen to Springsteen stuff. Here's some songs. Let's see. What we got? All right. Let me see here. Let's turn this up. Born to Run. Who doesn't like Born to Run? What else we got? We got, let's see. Oh, that's Thunder Road. Thunder Road. Good. It's good. Let's see. Badlands, you know, it's that really big, you know, that big Springsteen thing. And The River, very sad song, that's great. And then you get, oh God, oh, geez, that stuff. That's that Hungry Heart crap. Atlantic City, love it. And, all right, that's enough of that crap. I mean, that's how I feel about Springsteen. Good and bad, you know what I mean? But he's a great guy, seems to be a great guy. He seems to be the most kind of disturbed whenever he's kind of confronted with these guys like professional interviewers kind of going, Bruce, what were you thinking? You know, he seems to always be backing away, you know? So enjoy Bruce Springsteen. But guys, really, I would just encourage you to open up and be free with this kind of man crush that you have on Springsteen, and if at all possible, to act on it. I mean, I know what that means. I had similar feelings for Graham Parker and was really tortured until I finally, you know, scratched that itch. Twice. So good luck with that. Hey, what I just did right there was a little rant, you know, and you might agree with it, you might disagree with it. Either way, why don't you send us a reader comment saying you're right on or I hate your guts. We've just been informed by our computer people that we have a new reader form, and we really want to get you guys involved where we're talking back and forth to you about what we're doing. We really feel that you should be an active part of this website. And so go ahead and click on our reader form and write anything you want about anything you want. In fact, I'd like to give you a few tips. If you really want to go after some of our writers, I've compiled kind of a list of their kind of vulnerable points, okay, that if you don't like something they've written, you can really get at them, okay? So here's some kind of bullets for your belt here. Like, for example, our publisher, Will Swain. Will is a big, muscular, kind of man's man. But his favorite author is Jane Austen. So he's not really a man. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying he's not a man. He's just not really a man. And I think you could go at that, you know, things like, I don't know, phrases like Susie, you know, for example. You might use that, you know. Dave Wallinga, he writes all those horrible things about wonderful people in our city who are just trying to do good stuff and get paid for it, an exorbitant amount of money. Dave looks like Jesus. And interesting enough, kind of identifies with Jesus. So if you were to write a letter and you really wanted to get at Dave, you might think about Mexican phrases like Pharisees, Samaritans, maybe a prodigal son or two. Or you might even, if he wrote something that upset you, you might say, hey, Wallenga, you've made me very cross. Chris Ziegler, our music editor. Now, this is a subject that a lot of people feel passionately about. Frankly, I don't want to get into what gets Chris. I've seen what gets Chris. I've seen pictures of it, and frankly, it disturbs me. All I'll say is that just seems like a horrible thing to do to a perfectly good sofa, but I'll leave it at that. Miles Clements, our food editor, Cashmere. Yep, Cashmere. Freaks him out. Ellen Griley, our managing editor, wonderful person, and I have to tell you, is perfect in every possible way, except that she's an alumni of Notre Dame University, which, as you know, is 1-7 right now in football, so that might be a tender point. Also, she hates cute and cuddly puppies. Yeah, she does. Especially the ones that comfort sick and dying children. So that might be something for you. Theo Douglas, who writes a lot of our other news stories. Listen, when it comes to Theo, I really would back away because he's what you would call a little volatile. Frankly, the brother is a little bit loco. So back away from Theo. And me, I'm not leaving myself out of it. I mean, with this Springsteen rant, you might want to really get at me. So, come at me. Hit me at my sorest point. I mean, the criticism I always hear, and it's tough to take, but probably true, is that, one, I care too much, and two, that I lead with my heart. So, have at me, okay? Anyways, enjoy the Springsteen show if you're going. Be sure and wear an open shirt. Get on our readers forum and join in the fun. And we'll talk to you later. Thanks.